If you like beaches and beach treasures, well, you are in luck because that is exactly the type of videos that I make. Now, I normally travel to a new beach every week, sharing awesome critters and seashells that can be found. But last week I was finding so many amazing things that I had to break that island adventure into two parts. And today we're going to be continuing our time on Kais Island. Now, I did give you some sneak previews last week, and I do find a bucket list shell. And I'm going to hold off on telling you about that because I like surprises. So if you're ready to see what's out there for us today, let's go to the beach. Okay, so I'm going to set the stage. I got up super early so I can drive down to Goodland where the marina is and got on a boat over to Kais Island. So at this point, I have been here for a little while. And so that doesn't mean that my excitement has diminished at all. If anything, I think I'm more energized. So here we have a lovely top snail. Terrific. And if I do remember correctly, we were finding a lot of these colorful moon snails last week as well. Okay, that is a hinged calico clam. And what's interesting is the hinge. So it was a little bit, those two pieces are kind of off-centered, and that hinge is dried at this point. So the hinges on those shells will crack once they actually kind of get dried out. Oh, hi lace murex with a whole bunch of beach stuff on it. And that is okay. We can take care of that beach stuff. That'll clean up, no problem. See, another gaudy. So that is another one of those colorful moon snails. And this one's kind of neat because the pattern got really weak kind of at the end there. Neat. Neat, colorful moon snail. Oh, and the lace murex and the calico clam. Lovely. Oh, lightning whelk. And look, it got lazy at the end there. I was like, I'm not going to bother with the color. Beautiful lightning whelk. Awesome size. Really cool. Another lace murex. They have such a fantastic texture to them. Those little wings that kind of come off of it. So that is a lace murex. Just beautiful. Now this guy, I know it is alive because I could see it's been moving around. It's not kind of where it settled. So I do know that this is alive. And it is a Florida fighting conch. You can see its little eyeballs and its little proboscis. Oh, it's so cute. And it's not really doing much. So I'm not going to harass it. I'm like, okay, sometimes they kind of come out, sometimes not so much. This one's feeling a little shy, so we'll just do a quick hi. Don't leave that critter alone. We'll keep moseying along, see what else we come upon. A lettered olive. Oh, that's kind of neat. And I keep kind of messing around with it. Oh, the pattern is kind of different. All right, I'm going to want to wash that off for sure. And that's looking a little different. We'll come back to that in a second. What else we got? Okay, we got a lightning whelk. Oh, yeah. We learned last week not to worry about that beach stuff, right? Chips and stuff, you can almost kind of fix those too. But the beach stuff, do not worry about it. Okay, that olive is neat. So it's got some vertical striping going on. It's got that traditional kind of horizontal stripe. Neato. Yeah, if you know me at all, you know I'm going bananas over this fantastic. Look at the color on it. That orange Florida fighting conch. Oh, and it's a little bit shiny. Oh, it's so pretty. And that is an angel wing, which is also quite pretty. Didn't wash up all that much. Kais, it's got a lot of muck here. There's a lot of dirt and gunk and whatnot toward the front of the island. So it makes it a little bit more fun, more like an adventure. Okay, your ponderous arc. I do have a little jar I'm filling with these with the black periostracum on them. However, I'm noticing that once the shells really kind of dry off, that black stuff kind of flakes off. So we'll see what happens. And this shell was so pretty. A beautiful, gaudy Nautica. Oh, the color's nice and rich. It's going to be like that anyway because of it was in the water. Beautiful, colorful moon snail. Lightning whelk. I wasn't sure how big that was until I picked it up. Neato, nice size once again. A lovely lightning whelk. I'm not going to care about that beach stuff. This was really neat because I'm like, okay, pick what in the heck is this? All right, well, let's get it in focus first. Yeah, brand new to me. Never seen this before. Pitted murex. And they only get to be about an inch big. I had heard of them. I was not expecting to run into one. So I did a little like, I wonder what that is. And then when I got home, I got kind of excited about it. So much so I had to go back outside and shoot it again just because I wanted to make sure you guys could really kind of see it. The tail gives it away. That little tail absolutely looks like a murex. So that is a pitted murex. Pretty cool. Psyched. I'm going to put that in my little special box of goodies. Oh, I do love a good hinged spiny jewel box. Unfortunately, this one isn't quite as gloriously spiky as they can get, but still a nice find. A hinged spiny jewel box. I'm not sure, what am I going after? Oh, so pretty. Calico scallop with that fabulous pattern. That is a horse conch. Yep, empty. Delightful. I see a murex. Yep, a lace murex, nice and lacy. Oh, man. So see what I mean, Kais? This is fantastic. Fantastic shelling. What do we got here? All right, that is a false angel wing. I see all sorts of stuff. What do you guys see? I see obviously a bubble. I see a buttercup lucine. This is that's a calico scallop. Yep, there it is. The buttercup lucine. All right, not super buttery, but still pretty awesome. I really do like those shells. Yeah, no lack of beach treasures here. Well, and exactly why I literally had to make 2 videos out of this one trip. So many wonderful things. But not only are the shells amazing, the view is gorgeous. So I'm going to be quiet for a minute and let you enjoy some beach time. Oh, my favorite. Okay, here is a Florida fighting conch. You'll see its stromboid notch right there. That's for its eye to kind of come out of. And the Florida fighting conch is a gastropod. And gastropod means stomach foot. And let's kind of think about that. Gastro kind of means things that go on in your stomach. Pod meaning foot, or ped like a pedestrian. So gastropod means stomach foot. And just a second, we're going to see that it's really appropriate for this particular type of shell. So this is a Florida fighting conch desperately trying to get me off its shell. So that's what it's doing. Likely that's where this animal gets its name, because it will come out and kind of whip around like that. But no one's really going to say for sure. We just don't really know. So check this out. I'm going to put him down, him or her. And the way that they actually move is it's kind of, I call it schlumping. It's not a real term, but they kind of just push themselves along in these like leaping movements. So it's not a smooth kind of movement like a tulip. They kind of lurch, and that's their foot part, right? So that is called their foot anyway, and that is literally the way that they move. So we learned a little bit about why they're called gastropods. Bye, friend. I hope you have a great day. Love those little guys. Oh, love these two. So colorful, so beautiful. We have a Florida cone on the left and 2 really gorgeous calico scallops, those purple ones. Gorgeous. The tide is coming in, but again, when you come to Kais, it doesn't really matter. All right, we got ourselves an alternate telling. I'm kind of walking around in this mucky area. I call it the cone zone. And it's kind of a mess. It is not inviting, and it's pretty much all shells anyway. It's all like ponderous arcs and stuff you wouldn't necessarily collect. Every now and then, you'll see something kind of buried in here, like an alphabet cone. So this is a decent area to look around. You got to be careful when the water's higher. You could lose a shoe. Like it gets a little soggy and mucky down here. Oh, what do we got? All right, looks like this time is a rather crusty, colorful moon snail. But you never know. It's so fun finding out what the next treasure is going to be. All right, that is a moon snail as well. Call that a shark eye. Yep. Beautiful looking shark eye. All sorts. Oh, hi there. That's a fighting conch. That is also a fighting conch. The juveniles. Yep, the shells are still coming. That is a calico clam. Even the clams are pretty, right? Oh, I do like those. And a jingle, also known as a baby's foot. You know what though? That foot, this looks like a foot. I don't know why they call it a baby's foot. Looks like just a foot. Should I change it? No, we'll leave it. Jingle or baby's foot. Another Florida fighting. Oh, yay. We got, I think maybe an alternate talon in there. That is so pretty. Look at the natural shine. Oh, that's a gorgeous fighting conch. Awesome. And a little common nutmeg. Although they're not uncommon per se, but they're not all that easy to find. I never find multiples. I'll find one, maybe two, but it's kind of rare that I'd find like a whole bunch of nutmegs. Oh, hi, spiny jewel box. I'm doing okay with the spiny jewel boxes today. Oh, nice. Little horn on it, like a unicorn shell. Awesome. Spiny jewel box. Oh, you are so pretty, especially with that little bit of brown. Yep. Yeah, it'd be terrible to leave that behind. Gorgeous fighting conch. Well, hi there, pear whelk. You too. Nice color on that. Those are a little bit harder to find with good color on them. That is a lovely pear whelk. Nice yellow prickly cockle. The yellow, the better. And they don't get all that prickly. They're going to have their little bit of pricklies on the opposite side, and that's just about it. I'm in the cone zone, so that means I found a cone. Hi, beautiful. Oh, well, I wish we had met sooner, but you're still quite pretty. Definitely pretty, nice size. The aperture is definitely beat up a little bit. Still going to hold on to it. It is an alphabet cone after all. And this, I just wanted to give you a visual. I'm not shooting the whole video like this, but just to kind of give you an establishing shot of what I'm experiencing when I'm here. So, you got the island and the water, and oh, it's so fun. And then you're picking up things like this calico scallop. So this is really a wonderful way to spend a couple of hours. And I'm glad I can bring you guys along with me. So that is a Florida cone. Nice looking Florida cone, I might say. Nice and pointy, got great color. And then this was hiding, this spiny jewel box. And see what I mean? I think the hinge is kind of dry, so this is kind of dried open like that. And it will snap if I give it enough oomph, that hinge will snap. Gotta be careful. Another shark eye. Terrific. It seems like today I'm definitely finding more of those colorful moon snails than I am the regular shark eyes. Oh man, I'm still keeping it. I don't care. Beautiful lightning whelk. Yep, gorgeous. Okay. Now here I'm like, I see it, and it is a bucket list shell for me, and I'm all like excited. I'm like, oh man, and now I'm thinking like, oh, please be whole. I mean, I know what I see. It's kind of far away, and it's under a couple other shells. Don't worry, we're gonna get there. It's a rose murex. Oh, and it's got its tail and its little white piece. Oh, so that for me is a bucket list shell. I have found a few, but always really exciting to find these rose murex shells. Awesome. Love, love, love those. All right, we're just looking to see what's here. I wonder what you guys see. I see a gorgeous apple murex. And banded tulip. Now, someone recently said, I know it can be confusing. The banded tulips and the true tulips both have bands, but the banded tulips, they're different. Hopefully I'll pick up another one. We'll talk about that. A lightning whelk. No others. Hopefully. Oh, there's another spiny jewel box. Oh, they're so cool. I did get to see one alive once, and they just look all gummy, just like a pink gummy creature. Really cool. And then, you know what I can tell you about the tulips, the banded tulips and the true tulips? If you found a tulip, it's probably a banded tulip, because the true ones are so hard to find. Oh, beautiful little murex. Not that they're hard to find, they're just not as ample as the banded tulips. Now that is something I typically find in ample supply, the apple murex. Oh, hi, gorgeous little baby alphabet cone. Oh, it's so cute and so pretty. Oh, of course I'm thinking, why can't you be a Genonia? But you are beautiful. Alphabet cone. Gorgeous. Oh, and I just saw this little bit of bright orange. Had to inspect, and it's just a little horse conch. What else? Anything else I need to remove from this pile? Apple, we're not going to worry about that lace murex, though. That's okay. We'll go ahead and hold on to that. Oh, now this parwelk at some point had its shell broken and it repaired it. And I bet had it lived long enough, it could have kept building on that shell. Wow, that parwelk led a hard life. Okay. I don't know if I can still see. It is white, white, white. This is an albino lace murex. There is not a speck of color on it, and it is just a different kind of white than some of the other white shells that you see. And it's a little cloudy right now. Let me shoot it. There we go. Look at it's just bright white, zero color, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous lace murex. Oh, there's so many fighting conchs. And then I tell myself, okay, try to look past them. I get distracted. What else is here? So I'm literally trying not to pay attention to the fighting conchs. So I picked up this lightning whelk. Anything else catch my eye? All right, a juvenile fighting. All right, we'll pick up these. Can't help it. So those are juvenile fighting conchs. Okay, there's a banded tulip. I'm going to pick it up. There we go. So, not a good example. Oh, well, that's a drill of some sort. That is a juvenile fighting conch. There's another juvenile fighting conch. Oh, look at that. I do see that apple murex. It's very, very washed out, though. Probably leave that behind. That I probably won't be able to fix the color. There's another banded tulip. If you found a tulip, it's probably a banded tulip. If the bands in it are really, really close together, it's a true tulip. There's another top snail. That was that first first shell we picked up today. There was a little mauve mouth drill. What else? Little pieces. Oh, a little parwelk. Whoopsie. So fun. So many shells. Another. Now, because it's juvenile, look at that beautiful purple on the inside. Sometimes the adults have that too. Oh, all I see are fighting conchs, and I'm going to fight it and see what else is here. What else can I see? You know what I find? This. Beautiful alphabet cone. And right away I'm like, wait a minute. I don't think that's empty. And I'm like, all right, I do think I see something. Now, believe me, what I can see and what the camera can see at this point are very, very different. Believe it or not, it is so bright on the beach. Sometimes I can't see. But these alphabet cones are technically predatory and venomous. However, it's more of like a bee sting. So I'm in Florida, United States. We don't have those crazy shells that will kill you if you get stabbed by it. So you can see it's a little operculum kind of popping out. Now, believe me, I don't want to get stung. So I'm not gonna, be careless about it, but I'm so excited that it's alive. Now, some of the things I'm noticing is that the shell is not very white. It kind of, see how that's white and see how that has a cream color to it. And I think that's because it's alive. And when you find them with that cream color, they were either recently dead. This one is still alive. So really exciting for me. I can't check it out so much. It's a bummer. I'd love to hold it and kind of mess around with it, but I'd also like to be responsible and by all means not to get stung by this thing. So I do see that it's alive. It's a little operculum there. And it probably eventually it would have come out. But again, I don't want to handle it too much. So we got to see it. It's alive. And I'm going to put it right back where I found it. By all these fighting conchs, by that little stick there. So that was really kind of cool. I've never seen a live one. So that was cool to finally see one of those. And I might as well not fight my fighting conch addiction and go ahead and start checking some of those out. Now, this shot is for me. So when people tell me to leave the shells, that I take too many shells, I'm just going to send them this and say, believe me, there are plenty of seashells down here in Southwest Florida. Plenty. I am not taking anyone's home. I am not damaging the environment. There are plenty of seashells here. So thank you. I just wanted to have this little shot in one of my videos so the next time someone says that, I can send him this clip. There we go. There's another banded tulip. And like you can see what I say about the banded tulips, I just keep picking up the banded tulips, and they have those very deliberate bands, only about a 1/4 inch or so apart. And another spiny jewel box. Love the texture of those shells. Awesome. And about this point, I can't stay here forever. I didn't bring my tent and enough water and all that stuff. So I'm going to turn around and head back. But that's not to say that we're not done yet, believe me. Plenty of cool stuff to check out still. See a little piece of a murex. Yep. Very slippery apple murex. Oh, it's beautiful. Great size, great color. Awesome. And then I wanted to say goodbye to my friend. Hey, it was still there, hanging out by all those fighting conchs. So I walked up the beach, walked back, said hi to my friend, because I really did think that was super exciting. And then just kind of kept it moving at that point. There's a banded tulip. Gorgeous. And so you'll notice all the shells will kind of come out of the water. The color is going to be nice and vibrant. That's because you're not seeing that cloudy surface that can appear on the dry shells. I see a nutmeg, and I'm going to have to kind of like contort my body. There we go. Kind of contort to get in there. Was it worth it? Oh, heck yes. Look at the color on that. All right, so I know there's some beach stuff on that common nutmeg, but the color's spectacular. See, I'm going to pick a little bit of that off. I'll bring it home, pick more of it off. Because then again, think about it. I think I've only found, 2 today of those nutmegs? A shark eye. Awesome. That's a very handsome looking shark eye. Very, very nice. And the scallops. The scallops were awesome. I mean, they're typically great, and then there's just some days where they are really, really good. So there happened to be quite a few of those really, really good scallops. We'll just kind of put them all together and oogle at them. No way. Nutmeg number 3. So that's pretty good nutmeg day. And I'm just grinding some of that soft, wood stuff into the shell, and it'll come out. It'll wash off, no problem. Now, those big brown looking things, those are pen shells. I don't even see them. I'm sorry that I don't pay attention to them. They just don't interest me that much, but they are here and they're called pen shells. And then I'm just getting a close look here. It's very, very different this close up. You got a lot more organic matter in there, some a little bit of wood and stuff. So I do have my own kayak. I can get here on my own, but I have toured here with both SWF Shell Guide as well as Nautical Life Shelling Tours. Since the hurricane has come down, things have really kind of changed. So I'm coming out with two fantastic people to bring me to this beautiful place. And I'm feeling kind of grateful. So that's when I start kind of thinking about my Patreon to support me monetarily so that I can help pay for things like this and gas and tolls and all the other things I kind of do with my channel. So thank you, a heartfelt thank you so much for supporting me. I really do appreciate you. We're not done. I told you we weren't done. Check out that awesome chalky leucine. I'd only ever found one. That's only the second one I found. The first one was on Coya Costa. So that's right. I do not remember what I had for breakfast, but I can tell you about a seashell that I picked up about 4 months ago. So on the bottom is the chalky leucine and on top is the buttercup leucine. So they do look similar, but look at how bulbous that chalky leucine is, and it's just a much bigger shell. Super cool. So they're both members of the leucine family, but they're just a little different. And so I'm kind of dragging my feet because we're going to be leaving Kais, even though I literally get to the boat with like seconds to spare. I was on time barely because, man, I just really enjoy beach combing, and Kais is always so good to me. And plus I have I've just found so many things. I've got to see that live cone. And this seashell, I actually think is really beautiful. It is broken, so the lip of it is broken, but I'm gonna make an exception because it's just so pretty. Speaking of pretty, look at this view. And I had grabbed a shell that I want to wash off. So I'm over here, trying to come over by the water to wash off this awesome, another fighting conch. So now you'll notice my fighting conch activity is picking up because I'm leaving the island and the shells are very heavy. So I try to reserve them for the end of my trip. I couldn't resist another orange shell. Wow, super pretty. Oh, a little mauve mouth drill. Look at the little operculum. It's so cute. I don't think I've ever seen a live one of those. So I think I can maybe add the mauve mouth drill to my repertoire. Maybe. We'll see. We'll keep picking them up. This ribbed cantharus is so pretty too. The color, see how it just kind of gradiates from a little bit darker to white on the bottom? Oh, it's so pretty. What else? What do I spy? A little, tiny little horse conch with a little white top. Yeah. That's a good thing to slow down for. And this angel wing. Beautiful. So that's your traditional, plain old angel wing. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm just kind of meandering along. I am going to take a quick peek at this osprey nest here because there is an osprey up there making a little bit of a racket. I did not mean to disturb it. It'll come back, no problem. But I wanted to just quickly check out the nest. It doesn't look terribly comfortable. They really just use all sorts of sticks and whatnot. And if that was a bald eagle nest, it would be like 5 times that size. They're just these massive nests. So it's time for my tour to wind down. Now, Kais normally, I shouldn't say normally, sometimes will give me a nice like parting gift as like a flat or an alphabet cone or something, but I just got my own parting gift, that last prickly cockle I picked up, and my entire shell bag full of all the treasures I found today. So that was so fun, and now I get to take another boat ride, which is always a really nice way to end a shell tour, back on the water again. And then when you get toward the marina, you see people kind of playing with other jet skis and other things. And sometimes a dolphin, a very blurry dolphin, but a dolphin was there. So that officially ends my time out on this particular trip. It was super duper fun, really fun. Now, this is not all the fighting conchs. I literally had a separate bag for all the fighting conchs. So that's some of the pretty ones, some of the juvenile ones, all 3 different kinds of those angel wings there. The fallen, the traditional, and the false, all those spiny jewel boxes, the ponderous arcs, the lightning whelks, the Florida cons on the left, banded tulips on the left there, the calico scallops, a couple of nutmegs, got a bunch of those top snails, some lettered olives, some shark eyes, some of these apple murex, one lone worm snail. We have pear whelks, calico clams, And then all those lace murex were really cool. All those gaudinauticas, those colorful moon snails. We got a white section, a baby ear, a white albino lace murex, a rose murex, that Tampa turd from last week, the one baby alphabet cone, the live cone we got to see. I mean, like, it was just so much flipping fun. That was fantastic. Next week, we're heading back to Fort Myers Beach because I couldn't wait to see what maybe was left after red tide. So we're going to go check that out next week. Until then, you have yourself a great week, and I'll see you again next Sunday.